Yes! 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 What's up, everybody? We're watching Survivor Series. This is our Survivor Series watch-along. And Daniel Bryan's wrestling The Fiend right now. Whoa,
how about that?
Hey, smacking it. Smack. We're smacking it. Welcome to the Smacking It with Dave. We're smacking each other. Hit me again. Woo! All right. Almighty. Welcome to Dave and Johnny Live. I'm Dave, and he's Johnny.
And we're not quarantined yet, right?
No, this isn't the quarantine.
Who were we talking? We're talking about the Prime Minister, right?
Yeah, well, he's quarantined. The Prime Minister of the country's quarantined because his
fucked.
wife has coronavirus.
Yeek.
I mean, good God almighty, this thing is taking over. Obviously, we're going to be talking about it here on the show. We're still doing a show. A lot of people stopped doing shows. A lot of people are running out of stuff to talk about, but there's still a bunch of stuff going on in professional wrestling because the pro wrestling world doesn't stop. At least it hasn't stopped.
Doesn't die. Wrestling goes on.
Somehow,
That's right.
Wrestling has continued. We saw AEW this week. You know, they did a show on Wednesday night.
They'll do a show next week, too.
But Thursday was kind of when everything went down, right? Thursday was when everything hit the fan and everything kind of, the NBA found a player that had coronavirus, so they suspended the season. Tom Hanks.
Fred was on the ball with that.
Tom Hanks had coronavirus.
When Tom Hanks fell, that's when it all went to hell.
Man, once Tom Hanks gets coronavirus, you know shit's real.
When I used to be texting into you, the phone would fall over because you had it just leaning against the cup or whatever, and Johnny'd be like, "Someone keeps texting in." But he's come so far, like, and he's really are like. I mean, I remember from back in the day listening. He's have come just like you've really evolved. You know what I mean? You haven't just like you're like a mixed martial artist now. You started off with a bit of jiu-jitsu, and then you got added little bits to your bow, and he's really are. It's like I'll never ever claim to be a knowledgeable person when it comes to wrestling. I like it. I love watching it, but I wouldn't know. I know probably a lot more about MMA than I would wrestling, but I just love it. I love it, the innocence of it. I love just how everyone else who loves it, they have the same kind of personality. Everyone kind of has that kind of. They haven't lost a bit of their childhood. I think that's important. If you love wrestling, you're keeping that little bit in there. You don't have to become boring just as you get older. You can still like a little bit of something like that. I think that's what everyone who just comment on this show does. I think that's what you guys have. I think it's a brilliant thing. But it's only going to get bigger.
AJ.
This is only going to get bigger. I know it is. Like this has come to the studio here.
Look at all
Did you see
that.
babe?
That was
Yeah.
cool.
What an intro.
Hey, that was a good intro, right?
Cheers.
Welcome, everybody.
Cheers, whoever made that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers.
We love it.
It's
We're
fantastic.
live. It's Wrestling Uncensored. Roman Reigns beat down again. What can the tribal chief do to conquer the bloodline? That and more. Let's go. Yes, indeed. We are here. We are here. I am here. And guess who else is here? Johnny North is here, the big man.
There I am.
How are you?
I'm not too bad. Yourself?
Not bad. I can barely hear you. What's going on?
Can you hear me? What's going on? Is there a problem with my microphone again?
Yeah, there you go.
You know,
When you touched
Sometimes
it, it was better. Maybe you got to move it closer to your face. I don't know. What's happening?
my head's big.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. I have
Now
a big
you're
head.
good. Yeah, I think it's just the size of your head. Your head's too big. Everything on you is huge. What do you wear? Size 15?
On my head?
Oh,
I
on your
suppose.
feet.
I mean,
On your feet, I'm saying. You're a big guy.
Well, you've got me shoes before. I think you already know that, so
Yeah.
it's not much of a guess.
Yeah.
That's correct.
I'm just, it's the way all right. Thanks, John. How were those, by the way?
Great. I realize not to wear them on the bus, though, because they make me like an inch taller, and my head always hits the roof all the time. So
Wow.
I don't wear them on the bus too much.
Wow.
Yeah. But they're great. They're fantastic to wear. Just, they make me too tall.
But they're
in certain
comfy.
areas.
So I got
Oh,
Johnny
cool.
a pair of Yeezy slides for his birthday, right?
That's right. That's correct. That's what happened.
Yeah. I'm just trying to remember when I got them for you. It wasn't Christmas. It was your birthday.
No snow.
And yeah, I was wondering. I never asked you how you liked wearing Yeezys because it's like a new thing for you. I wear Yeezys all the time, all sorts of different Yeezys. It was your first pair of Yeezy slides. Tough to find in a size 15, you know.
You pulled it off, though, and they're great. I'll definitely like when the weather's nice, of course. Now it's getting a little bit more rough. They're not going to go outside too much.
Yeah, no. It's good summer weather. Summer shoe. Yeah, for sure. They're slides, right? Johnny, we got a lot of wrestling to talk about. I mean, it's not a crazy week in wrestling. Not a ton happened. Raw happened.
There's actually nothing Saturday.
SmackDown
Crazy.
happened. Yeah, there's nothing this weekend, right?
Rare. Enjoy
Is there
it.
even a collision?
Oh, there's a collision, but there's no big PLE, no pay-per-view. I think, is it next week? No, actually in 2 weeks, right, is Crown Jewel.
Yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks in Saudi Arabia. We'll have Crown Jewel. We'll do the post-show after Crown Jewel. So not next week, but the week after, we'll be previewing Crown Jewel, right? So we have kind of a break from wrestling pay-per-views. We just did WrestleDream this past weekend. You weren't with us for the WrestleDream post-show.
Well, I only got to catch 2 matches for that. The 3-way match, the International Championship, that was fantastic. Mm-hmm. I get why people love that match, and a lot of people say that was the match of the show. I completely understand that, and I understand why you thought Danielson and Moxley was as well, because I thought that was also an excellent match. I personally preferred that one more, just because that felt more like a fight. The other one was more of an athletic display. Well, both fine, but I prefer more of a fight. So I thought the main event was the best match.
Yeah, it was a great match. Great match. And the aftermath, was what it was.
I didn't mind it, though. I mean, you got to think about this, and I think I sent you this, that Danielson apparently could be out for a long period of time here if he has to get neck surgery. He doesn't know if he has to get it or not yet. So if he's going to be out for a long period of time, I mean, that's a good story. Like, oh, well, he got rolled off. Like, they roll him off like that. Like, that's huge for him to come back later on, possibly. Like, he gave a lot there. That's very unselfish of him, because a lot of people would want a moment. He didn't take a moment. He gave a lot in that. That's tremendous. You got to give Danielson a lot of credit for that.
And I get that perspective, and I understand that Danielson himself probably wanted this outcome. But sometimes I think you got to tell a performer no. Like, what if that was his last one?
No, I don't think it will be.
But what if it was, John? Like, his neck is pretty hurt. What if that was it?
Nah, he's going to wrestle again. Especially the way they kept talking about it throughout the whole night. Like, this is the last time he'll be a full-time guy. So it's like, yeah, he's coming back at some point. It just won't be on a regular basis. He won't do every pay-per-view now. He'll just do the odd one here and there, a special occasion. But he's going to wrestle again. You're going to see him. I mean, Sting was kind of like that too. So, I mean, he's going to have like a Sting-like schedule. I think that's more than fine.
Yeah, if he could do a Sting-like schedule, that would be great. But I just didn't like sending him on his way that rough. Like, beat him, fine. But beat him, then kill him? It was just like, I didn't think it was tasteful, I thought it was like a bit overkill. And, like, I get what they're trying to do and make the Moxley group super heel and everything. But, like, if this Moxley group doesn't actually pan out, then what did you just do to Bryan Danielson? Like, if it doesn't work, which I'm not convinced it will, well, you just murder Danielson for this kind of weak group that when Danielson comes back is like a distant memory that is no longer relevant. Moxley's like a babyface again, and Danielson has to get revenge on a babyface Moxley, and it's awkward because no one wants Danielson to beat Moxley at this point. You know, like, he's going to be gone for a large amount of time. He's going to be gone for a while. And when he comes back, I'm not convinced that this whole thing is still going to be running strong to the point where it's worth him getting revenge or coming back or doing anything with them. And even if he doesn't, and even if that's not in the cards, maybe he comes back for a different program with somebody else. Fine. But you still took Bryan out to make this group, and who knows what this group is really going to be. Because I'm not convinced. I don't think you're convinced. I don't know if any AEW fan is convinced that this Moxley group, whatever they're called, are they the BCC still? Are they? I mean, I don't know. I'm not convinced that this works, this takes off and becomes a hot thing in pro wrestling.
You got to give it a chance here. You got to give it a shot. I think you look at the players involved here. I think you have a strong possibility that it's going to work out because usually these guys know what they're doing.
I mean, they do and they don't. They do and they don't, John. Like, okay, they're great. Like, Pac and Claudio is who you're talking about, right?
They're fantastic, are they not? I mean,
Okay.
That's high caliber wrestlers right there.
Okay, high caliber professional wrestlers in the ring.
Yeah.
Certainly. But are they over? Can they cut promos? And, like, that's important.
Right. No, you're not wrong about that.
Do people tune in to see them? Do people buy tickets to see them? Doesn't appear as though they are buying tickets to see them. Pac is in and out of AEW. Sometimes he's there. Sometimes he's in England for 6 months. It's not clear why or when or how. Claudio, I mean, we all love Claudio Castagnoli. He's very athletic. He has solid matches. He's not over. He's less over now than maybe Cesaro ever was. At least in WWE, you go, if they only gave this guy a chance. In AEW, you go, yeah, they gave him a chance, and, it is what it is. Kind of too little too late. He's a little older. Not as physically impressive as he used to be. I mean, he's still impressive. He's still an amazing athlete. I'm not taking anything away from him, but when you look at the pieces in this group, honestly, in 2024, going into 2025, what do you really have? Other than Jon Moxley, who's like a strong top guy at this point in wrestling. You have Moxley with a couple of guys that are, there. You have Wheeler, who just discovered that he's evil. And you have Marina Shafir, who's struggling to be relevant. I'm not convinced. Can you tell?
Well, I don't disagree. Like, I think Wheeler, they kind of rushed that there a bit because they did that twice on the same pay-per-view. The whole, turn on the whole mentor thing. Like, they shouldn't have done that twice. Like, that's why I thought they would have held it off to the next pay-per-view, but I think they may have rushed something, sadly.
Yeah, that was some weak booking.
Overdoing it. It's too much. It was too much. But again, I don't think in terms of the wrestling, I had no problem with what I saw. Like the wrestling, I thought was fine. Maybe in terms of how everything played out, maybe it could have been a bit better. But again, no problem with the wrestling that I saw, anyways. I know there were some matches apparently not very good, but from what I saw from the very good matches, like they definitely delivered.
For the most part, the wrestling was pretty good. But, it was a very long show, and it had a lot of weak points. Young Bucks and a Private Party. Come on. Jericho and Mark Briscoe was not. It didn't work.
And they're going to do that again next week, too.
I talked about it after WrestleDream. I said, what is AEW now? What do we have left? With no Danielson, with Moxley on top, like, what is this company going forward? And seeing it on Dynamite, it's not that exciting.
Well, if you don't care about Moxley, it's going to be very difficult because he's the centerpiece right now of AEW. And then everyone else kind of follows suit. I think Darby's going to get involved eventually, but I don't know. For now, he's just kind of gone. But I think we're basically leading up to that. Darby is the guy to lead the charge, I think.
And Moxley's the whole reason for this group is because they're sick of the way AEW is run and how people are doing things in AEW and their attitude and that. And they all work for Moxley now because he's taken over.
He's a champ. I guess that's why he had to win the title. I guess he controls everything when you have a title, I guess.
So then his group attacks Orange Cassidy and his friends in the main event when the Young Bucks are wrestling them.
Wasn't a main event, but
it wasn't a main event. One of the middle of the show, right?
Yeah.
And they don't attack the Young Bucks and friends. Like, they don't attack the Elite, who are the guys in charge of the show. That's their character. And also, I mean, they are executive vice presidents of the company for real. But on the show, they're also executive vice presidents of the company, and they kind of run things. And Moxley's group is raging against AEW and the way it's run. Yet when they attack people, they attack not the guys running the show, they attack the guys that those guys are wrestling. Of course, because they're both heel groups, so they can't attack the other heel group. But logically, shouldn't Moxley's group attack the Elite?
I mean, they should attack everybody, I think. But because the way they want it, they don't want heels against heels, they'll just attack the faces. And I guess because Orange, he came out to try to help Ryan, right? So he's got to be taught a lesson. I'm just telling you why I think that's their storyline logic here.
It sucks. I mean, it sucks. It's flawed. It's got holes. It's not really logical. You go, what is Moxley mad about? It's still not clear. He cuts these promos and you're like, what? You're mad that guys act like they've made it, but they haven't? What? Like, that's basically his promo. These guys act like they've done something. They haven't done anything. They got to work and bleed, and I'm going to show them all. It's like, all right, dude. They haven't done enough in your eyes. They don't take hard enough bumps. They don't bleed enough. What do you want from the roster? You don't like how they act? What is it that they're doing that you don't like? It's not clear. He's not saying. Just a bunch of vague shit. It's awful. It's typical Moxley nonsense, where he's just allowed to say and do whatever, and there's no direction, and he's in the lead. They gave him the ball. And this is what we got. Like, I don't know, man. Is this going to draw ratings? Is this going to sell tickets? We'll see.
Well, I'm interested in Darby against Moxley. I feel Darby coming up the rise against them. Like, I would definitely be interested in that. But they're kind of teasing Daniel Garcia a bit. Maybe Daniel Garcia is going to go against the Elite or something. But I don't know about Daniel Garcia against Moxley. I don't really want to see that.
No. I don't want to see that. Like, there's no match with Moxley that I actually want to see. I want to see Darby beat him.
Of course. Yeah, I'd love to see that. However, you know whoever beats Moxley is going to lose right away to Christian. That's pretty much going to happen, I think.
You think?
I mean, they're building Christian up. Like, Christian was in the main event this week.
Yeah.
And he got the win. They're building him up. Like, he's going to be the champion, I think.
And then at that point, does Edge come back and beat him for the belt?
He broke his leg, right? I mean, isn't he back next year or something? Like,
I mean, at some point, I mean, when does Christian, you know what I mean? When does he get it? Give Moxley a run, time it out, so that Christian could win it, and then immediately Edge could somehow get a match against him and beat him, which would be hilarious.
I feel like we went down that road already. Do we really need, like, that was last year, right? We saw it in Montreal. And then it continued onwards, and eventually Edge won the title, so TNT title. Do we really need to do that again with the world title? I don't know about that.
Be a good way to bring Edge back. And don't you think it'd be nice to have Edge as a world champion for a bit?
Someone else, though, besides, I mean, Edge and Christian, like, that was one of the big things he did already. Like, there's a lot more things he could do besides that, I think. He hasn't wrestled a lot of guys, actually. We never got Edge and MJF. I think we need to do that.
Yeah. That would be nice. Would be nice to get Edge back. Would be nice to get Kenny Omega back. Would be nice to get some of the stars back.
There was like a report. Someone said it? Was it Bushi said it? Like, he's coming back for 2 or 3 months, Kenny?
I didn't hear that. That's pretty exciting.
Okay. Well, that's apparently what he said, yeah. They're expecting him in 2 or 3 months.
Well, that's great. That's fantastic news. Because Kenny Omega, you know, he's a game changer. You get Kenny back, all of a sudden, the whole company changes. So. And
they teased Kenny this week on Dynamite with the whole Elite thing with the birthday cake. So, yeah.
Yeah, they wish Kenny happy birthday. I mean, kind of. They cut a promo on Kenny.
Well,
so you
teasing,
know.
So.
I mean, yeah, but I thought they're just kind of keeping the name alive while, you know, he's still recovering. Who knows? But 2 to 3 months, I mean, that's huge for AEW. They need that. They need something right now.
Yeah, I think that's a match you can expect one day. I think Young Bucks against Golden Lovers. Like, I don't know if a lot of people would love that, but I think you would love that, I think.
Who?
Like Ibushi and Kenny.
Against
the Bucks. Like, you don't think that would happen?
I've seen it already.
Well, I think that's what they want. Have we seen an AEW? I mean, it was a 6-man, wasn't it? Or
maybe
like
not an AEW, but I've seen it before.
Okay.
Maybe in New Japan or something. I feel like they've done it before. Like a spot show, something. It was some show they did.
Well, I expect AEW to do it again.
Maybe. Or, I mean, just Kenny versus Okada again at this point seems like a match they have to do.
Yeah, well, that's another thing, too. Isn't the Continental Classic coming up soon?
I have no idea when those things run, John. You would know better than me. I don't know.
I want to say Classic. It's end November, December, something like that.
Okay.
'Cause we saw some of the matches last year in Montreal.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Kenny back would be good. Oh, shit.
Let's keep focused on wrestling right now.
I can't. I'm watching the ball game. And the Yankees just
Right.
gave up a run. It's 6-3. 6-3 Yankees. But Cleveland's got runners on second and third with one out in the seventh. Wait, was that a run? Or did they just advance the runners? I don't think he scored. Did he not score? Oh, I thought he scored from first. He didn't. Oh, well, that's good. They didn't give up a run. It was just a double. Okay. 6-2.
So yeah, Kenny, like he'll be back one day. It's good.
Sorry,
For you
John.
anyway.
Sorry, John. Oh, no, it is 6-3. They did score. What the hell? Shit. God damn, pal. They didn't update the scoreboard fast enough. Oh, boy. Can we just win?
I wonder how your sleep has been the last couple of days. It must be
Not
rough.
great. All week it's been bad. Are you kidding? It's been awful. Awful.
I remember playoffs. They were fun.
It might kill me. These playoff series might just kill me, man. Yeah, Christian beat Jay White in the main event of Dynamite this week. Shelton Benjamin getting a win over Leo Rush, who appears once in a while in AEW for some reason.
He signed a contract. Apparently he's back with AEW now.
Okay. Where's Bobby Lashley?
I think they're building up Sheldon first, which is great. Like, he should be made into something. So, and I thought that match, to me, that was the most entertaining thing I saw this week on Dynamite. That was a good showing for Benjamin, I thought. I love the whole, like, it was a bunch of German suplexes, and then that super kick he gave him. That should have been the finish right there, really, because that looked like he was done. Rush.
Mm-hmm. I like Shelton. Who doesn't like Shelton?
Well, I guess Max Caster didn't like him, and they had that like face-to-face thing when MVP gave him the card.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you got that, because I guess there's some things said that Max didn't want Benjamin in AEW. He takes a spot, and he took a spot. Game's not over yet. Don't worry.
Shit.
Is the game tied? Like, I don't think it's tied. It's what, like 6-5? Yeah, like you're still up by you still win the game if it ends now. So, which inning
Can
is
it
this?
end now? Can we end it now, please?
Are we in the seventh?
Inning. There's one out.
It's
They got a
almost
runner
done.
on second. Clay Holmes is just bleeding. Ah.
You're popping here, like.
I'm losing it, John. I'm losing it.
Serenity now, isn't it? That the whole thing?
Serenity,
Like,
no. Oh my God, this is horrible. I can't watch this anymore. Can we just win the World Series already? Can I just be frozen in time until we win the World Series? Like Eric Cartman? Can you just freeze me?
that was until what, the week came out? Wasn't that the whole thing?
Yeah, I think so. Angelo says he might not get through the show, Johnny. I might not. If the Yankees lose, I'm done.
I mean, it was rough last night. I saw. Pretty rough.
What a horrible night. I can't sit through another one of these. 6-2. It's 6-5 now.
But you know that happens a lot, though. Like, you talked about this before the playoffs even happened. Like, you just go on a run and bam, like, there's a bunch of runs scored against. Like, didn't the Dodgers and Mets go like 12-6 today? Like,
I
just
don't know
go on
what
a
the
run
final
and-
was, but the Mets ran it up on the Dodgers today. The Mets,
Can't stop
The
Grimace.
Mets saved their season. They were down 3-1. It's now 3-2. They're going to Game 6. Mets pushed to Game 6 today. That was huge. I'm cheering for the Mets. I want the Mets to win. I always root for New York over LA. You got to, baby. I mean, some people don't, but I do. In all sports. If it's a New York versus LA matchup, I'm going for New York. I don't care what team. I don't care what sport it is. You know? I like New York
it's the
sports
time
teams.
zone. That's the problem. You
Maybe
like
the time zone too. Yeah, I can relate to them more. It's our time zone.
I'm a fan of watching games super late, I guess.
I mean, you just don't know the teams as well. Because you don't watch the games as much, right? Because they're on so late. You got a 10 o'clock start for some of these games. Like, who's staying up that late to watch those games?
I saw a Dodgers fan in the crowd for SmackDown.
Yeah, he's a jabroni big time. SmackDown. Roman Reigns got beat down again. I like what's going on with Roman Reigns and that whole thing. They're trying to bring the bloodline back together. They're slowly but surely getting there. Roman trying to bring the original team back together. I mean, he's not really. Jimmy's trying to do it, and Roman's like, I don't know.
Right.
But eventually,
I disagree with that. Roman was trying to be nice to Jay, and Jay was like, no.
yeah, Roman was kind of trying to be nice to Jay, but not super nice. I don't know.
It's nice for Roman.
Nice for Roman, right? But not actually nice, you know? So maybe they need to figure that out. Maybe now that Jimmy's gotten beat up by Solo and his goons, Jay will come to Jimmy's rescue. Jay will decide to show up. I mean, Jay was on SmackDown tonight, so, I mean, the writing's on the wall there. We got Survivor Series coming up. War Games. It seems obvious to me that we're going to do Bloodline versus Bloodline. I'm just not sure who the fourth man is going to be for Roman's team. It'll either be, I think, Cody Rhodes or preferably Sami Zayn. I think Sami Zayn in that spot would make way more sense. So,
yeah,
I'd like that.
And I think they might do Kevin versus Cody, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're building towards that, so I think Cody might be kind of busy.
Yeah. I want to talk about Kevin and everything going on there, but let's stick with Roman for now. The Bloodline cuts a promo. Jey Uso tells Solo, you're not doing the right thing. You're dividing the family. And the next time I see you, it's not going to be like this. It's going to be different. Kind of telling him, like, look, I'm talking to you now. I'm being nice, but, you keep doing this. Next time I see you, I'm going to attack you. So Jey Uso is there. He's making his presence known. Jimmy was on Raw this week trying to talk to Jay about something, but you kind of knew what he was talking about, like maybe help Roman. And Jay wasn't really down. But then on SmackDown, here comes Jay. So he wasn't really down on Raw, but I guess over the course of the week he decided, I might take a look on SmackDown and see what Solo's doing. See what my little brother's up to. And then Roman and Jimmy ran into Jay backstage, and Roman tells Jay that he's proud of him and that the whole family's proud of him. And Jay says, man, no yeet. And he walks away. Jay's like, I don't know how to handle you saying nice things to me. I'm leaving. And then Roman's like, see, Jimmy, I told you. And then Jimmy's like, And then Roman and Jimmy are backstage later in their locker room, kind of like old times. And Jimmy's sitting next to Roman. And Roman's like, why are you sitting so close to me? He's like, I'm trying to sit like the wise man. I'm trying to be like a wise man. Which was kind of a funny little bit that they were doing. And then, Jimmy says, Roman, you should talk to Jay. And Roman's like, I don't need to talk to Jay. If the wise man was here, he would have had all this settled and figured out by now. Which begs the question, like, why isn't he there with them?
Big beatdown he took. It's tough for him to come back.
Still? I mean, I've seen him with Roman recently interviewed. Shoot interviews,
Oh, he's around, right? And I think he was probably backstage tonight, but in terms of the story, they're not ready to bring him back yet.
Maybe Survivor Series. So Roman says he's going to fix this tonight, and he's going to acknowledge Solo. So Roman goes to the ring, and Solo comes to the ring, and Roman's like, you say we're stronger, but I don't see how we're stronger now as a family. I want to get back to championships and big money and everything, and I told my father that I was going to fix this. And the crowd didn't react at all, but I was like, ooh, because his father just passed away, like, not long ago, So saying that was kind of like a big line and a big moment. His father is a WWE legend. But the crowd, like, didn't react to any of that was going on. Did you notice that during that promo? The crowd was, like, dead?
Oh, the crowd was dead. Even during the Jay promo, like, usually they always go yeet every time he finishes talking. I think maybe 2 or 3 people did. Like, barely anyone did at all. So, crowd just wasn't really into it tonight, I felt.
Columbia, South Carolina is where they were tonight. Just not into it. Not good. Bad crowd. Next week they're in Brooklyn. It'll be much better, much more fun. So Roman's like, I want to fix this. What do I got to do? Excuse me. And Solo says, acknowledge me. So Roman goes, okay, I acknowledge you. And Solo goes, not good enough. You got to acknowledge me as your tribal chief. And Roman's like, and then Solo goes, acknowledge me as your tribal chief, or else. And then Roman's like, or else what? And he gets all mad. And Solo's like, see, I knew you would do that, Roman. You'll never change, so I will never change either. And then he summons his goons. And then the goons come out, the Fatus and the Tongas. Well, 1 Fatu and 2 Tongas. And the 2 Tongas are carrying Jimmy Uso, who they've beaten up. He's, like, all beat up. And then Solo goes to attack Roman, but Roman ducks him and drops Solo. And then he picks up the Ula Fala, and he's like, oh, look at this. I should be tribal chief. And then all the goons beat up on Roman. And then Solo hits the spike on Roman, and they leave Roman laying, and then they're standing there, posing, again, over a beaten Roman. So, whatever Roman tried to do didn't work. I don't know what his plan was. Be nice to Solo, mend the fences, be like a family again. I don't know what his plan was. He's like, Jimmy, we tried it your way. We're going to try it my way. And this was his way. It didn't work. Didn't work,
but I thought it was very entertaining, and I thought it was the best thing I saw this week in terms of, like, stories. Like, the best thing WWE did this week, I thought.
Was it?
I mean, what else did they really do that was, like, I don't know about you. I wasn't a big fan of that Cody promo. I felt Cody was too cliche with that.
It was horrible.
Like, yeah, it was pretty bad.
I hated it. It was so long. He said nothing.
Well, and very, cheap with a lot of the things that he said. Kind of lame. It was one of the worst Cody promos in a while.
I mean, he comes out there and he's like, oh, the Crown Jewel Championship, and I've got all these reasons I want to win, and it's like all these dream matches that could have happened, imagine, and it's me and Gunther, just like Flair versus Bockwinkel. I'm like, easy, buddy. And then
he says it with that gusto, too.
Yeah, and it's just like, oh my God. And the crowd was actually into this promo, which I was like, what?
Because Cody's over. Like, he can say, like, I like to eat crap, and they'll love it.
It was not good. And then at the end, he goes, well, I want Gunther in this ring so I can ask him what his reasons are. And I'll say, Gunther, what do you want to talk about? And that's how he ended the promo. It was so cheesy. And also dumb as hell, because on Raw, you were in the ring with Gunther. You just shook his hand. You did a whole promo with him like 5 days ago, man. Why do you need to get in the ring with him again and talk to him? Why are you cutting this promo where the punchline at the end is, I need to have him face-to-face in the ring so we can have a discussion about our match? You just did that on Monday, dude. We just saw that. And now on SmackDown, they have the balls to promote next week on SmackDown, Cody Rhodes and Gunther face-to-face in the ring. So? They just did it.
Yeah.
What more can they say? And the one on Raw was like, Gunther's like, Cody, I respect you. You're pretty good. Cody's like, I respect you and I will win. And it was like nothing.
Well, did you catch the thing apparently they did at the live event with
Tom Aspinall?
Like, yeah. Like,
yeah, where
like,
they just kind of shook hands and asked, like, were respectful towards each other and just kind of posed.
Like, that's nice that happened, all that, but did we really need to see that? Like, that didn't help add to the story. If anything, it's like, okay, well, they kind of like each other, actually, so this is going to be a friendly match. Like, there's no heat here.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm a champion, you're a champion, I respect you, let's wrestle.
Which is kind of odd. And, like, I'm not looking forward to it, sadly, because they didn't really hype it that well so far.
Yeah, it feels like an exhibition match. Like it doesn't really count. Like it doesn't really matter.
This should be the biggest thing. I mean, you're having the undisputed champion, which is very much a disputed champion, against the world heavyweight champion.
Mm-hmm.
This big match, it's like a WrestleMania kind of match that they were getting in 2 weeks. And it's just like, oh, it's a match that's going to happen, and they both like each other. Like, that kind of not that great. And for the women's one, we have the undisputed women's champion against the Raw women's champion. Both are heels. We don't care for either of them. These matches are almost throwaway, sadly.
Do they still call Cody the undisputed champion?
They said Roman was the former undisputed champion. I don't know if they still call Cody that, but I think on the title it still says undisputed champion. And it says that on the women's title too, which I thought very odd.
How you have undisputed if you have two belts? There's two champions.
I don't know. For whatever reason, they think of that. And you're going to have, like, where you're going to have the one champion beat the other champion. So clearly, like, that should be the undisputed championship, no? The Crown Jewel title?
The Crown Jewel title is really the ultimate championship. But it won't be looked at that way. It'll be a one-time thing that's never defended. It'll just be in Saudi Arabia and sit there. Like, will they even carry it with them afterwards? I doubt it. Maybe for a short time.
Maybe. I'm possible. Wait and see on that one, because, like, Saudi Arabia, the next one's in February, right? So I don't know if maybe they'll only do it once a year. But I don't know about you. It felt like this show that got crowded with too many championships, because we're talking about the tag team titles, we're talking about the world titles, the women's title, the speed title. Like, all this stuff kind of intertwined with each other. I think the U.S. title was there too. Like, there's a lot of championships. This was just SmackDown.
Was LA Knight even on the show? He wasn't.
Yeah, he did a promo. Yeah, because apparently he's the referee for Andrade and the other Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes next week. Their seventh match in their best of 7. Cool. Yeah. Candice LeRae, the Speed Champion, teamed up with Nia Jax, the Women's Champion, to take on Naomi and Bayley, and they won. Candice got help from Indy Hartwell, who ran Bayley into the post outside the ring behind the ref's back. Candice hit a moonsault on Bayley, 1, 2, 3, and they win. Nia looked annoyed that she didn't win the match, and Tiffy Time was not there because she's sick, so Candice replaced her.
Well, in the storyline, they said she had the sniffles, so she couldn't be there.
Okay. I wonder what happened.
She was on Raw. She wrestled in the main event of Raw, so I guess something happened dramatically this past week, whatever. Maybe it's just, like she had the flu. Maybe it's an injury they're holding her back for or something. I mean, I thought the match was fine, though. I don't think it would have made that big of a difference if she was there or not, to be honest. I thought it was actually good to give Candice a shot to see what she could do, and I thought she looked very good in this match.
Tiffany did wrestle on Raw, but they were not, like, Raw was taped. this week.
Oh, that's true. You're right. Yeah.
It was taped last week in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Like last Monday. This week they were
Right.
in Europe. They were doing like an England tour, I think. So maybe she got sick, over there. Like I could see her actually getting the flu or something. I mean, if you have like a fever and you have the flu, what are you going to do? Sometimes wrestle, I guess. Some people do.
Some do. Yeah.
Yeah, these days with COVID and stuff, like I think if you're really sick, people kind of want you to stay away. Because if she's really sick, right, and she shows up to work and she infects like a good chunk of the crew, like that's not good. They got shows to do.
And she's not the one with the PLE match, like the other ones are right now. Though they kind of teased it, which was kind of weird on Raw. I don't know if you caught that part.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't understand that part at all. Like, why would Nia want Tiffany to cash in right now? Because then they face each other at Crown Jewel, no?
Oh, yeah. She did want Tiffany to cash in on Liv Morgan on Raw, but then, she would have to face Tiffany at Crown Jewel. But I guess she doesn't care. I think that's the reason. Like, she doesn't care if she has to face Tiffany at Crown Jewel, because whatever. It doesn't matter. The whole point is she wants Tiffany to cash in on Liv Morgan, not on her. Her main goal is to get Tiffany to cash in on someone else so she doesn't lose her championship. Because I think she does live in fear of Tiffany cashing in on her. I think that's kind of the thing. She's paranoid that Tiffany will cash in on her, and for good reason. Because Tiffany has appeared as though she would cash in on her on a number of occasions at this point. So I think Nia's just kind of paranoid that Tiffany will cash in on her. And then if she does, like, say, tonight on SmackDown, then Nia's not champion at all, and she's not even at Crown Jewel. Right? So I think Nia's done all the math. I think that makes sense. That all checks out.
Yeah, paranoia can make you crazy. Yeah, I could see that.
Nia seems kind of crazy, right? She seems unhinged. That's part of her character, right?
But they've done a good job in the sense that she has every reason to be paranoid because she's had moments where it's like, why are you here? It looks like you could cash in on me right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it does kind of make sense.
That's it. That's what I'm saying. Kevin Owens. He's been going through some things. The story with Kevin Owens is WWE is barring him from appearing on SmackDown because of the attack that he did to Cody Rhodes after Bad Blood. And Kevin did this promo where he's like, I don't know why, they're barring me. It's a conspiracy against me. They're not treating me fairly. People attack people in WWE all the time. It's because they did it to their golden boy, Cody Rhodes, and they don't want me around, and I really don't feel like I'm being treated well by the WWE. And I guess Kevin's contract is coming up in WWE for real, so they're trying to make it into a story where Kevin's kind of acting like he might leave WWE, but all the reports I've seen is that he's going to re-sign. So I don't really buy into any of that, but I do enjoy the story. I think Kevin's doing great work. I thought the promo was great that he did there on Twitter. They showed it on SmackDown tonight. And I like the story. I like how it started, where it's gone, and where it's going. I like it. I like everything. Cody forced Kevin into that title match. Kevin didn't want to wrestle that title match. Kevin and Cody were friends. And Cody was kind of a dick, So you see the consequences of that. Cody kind of pushed Kevin into that match. Kevin's like, I'm not winning a lot of matches. I'm not in a great spot in my career. I don't really deserve a title shot. Cody's like, come on, wrestle me for the belt. You deserve an opportunity. Kevin's like, I'm not really winning matches lately. Cody's like, let me wrestle you then, my friend. Right? And we talked about it at the time. How it was kind of a weird move from Cody. And to trick Kevin into even taking the match. They're like, well, if we don't give it to you, we'll give it to like Roman Reigns, I guess. And he's like, well, don't give it to Roman Reigns. Like, come on, I'll take it, I guess. Not Roman. I hate that guy, right? And then Cody turns around and starts teaming with Roman, and Kevin doesn't like that. And then there was a whole thing with Randy Orton where Randy got accidentally hit, and then he hit Kevin, and then Kevin felt like even Randy turned his back on him. It's all made a lot of sense. I really like where it's gone. I really like where it's going. And I think Randy Orton added some interesting parts to it tonight even, where Randy's backstage with Nick Aldis saying, he wants Kevin Owens at Crown Jewel, and Aldis says, I can't make that match. And Randy's like, why not? And Aldis is like, well, it's coming from up above. It's above me. And he's like, okay, well, I know who I need to talk to then. So Randy's got to talk to Triple H. He's got to talk to the big boss to get the match at Crown Jewel, which I think is going to happen. And then I think Kevin will probably wrestle Cody at Survivor Series. And then we'll see. But I think all of this is elevating Kevin Owens to a spot where he needs to be, which is the top of the card, the main event, one of the top players, challenging for the belt, potentially winning the belt, being a champion, just being looked at again as one of the top stars in the company, elevating Kevin back from the kind of upper mid card to the main event, because he's a main event player. He wrestles main event. He talks main event. He's got the attitude. He's got everything. There's a reason why he wrestled Stone Cold Steve Austin in Stone Cold's comeback match at WrestleMania. Kevin Owens is a master of professional wrestling. He's one of the best doing it today. And he has been his whole run in WWE. So, he's been underutilized for a while in WWE now. It's time to kind of push the Kevin Owens button and do more with him, because he's extremely capable. Anything you give him, he knocks out of the park. They just don't give him enough. And what they're giving him now is solid, main event, meaty stuff. There's a lot there. And he's eating it up. He's killing it. Because that's what he does. Whatever you give him, he's going to deliver. Just give him stuff. Give him stuff that works. Give him stuff that makes sense. Everything he does is good. So this is a very good direction for Kevin Owens for WWE. Because elevating Kevin Owens is in their best interest. I mean, it's in Kevin's best interest too, but I mean, it's good for the company. It's good for the fans. Because he knows what he's doing. He's going to entertain. He's going to deliver. You give him the ball, he's going to run with it. He's gonna crush it.
I agree that he should always be in the main event. He's one of the top guys in WWE, and he should be always treated like that. I don't know if he always is, but he should be. I found there was some things in the promo where I'm like, that seemed a little bit off a little bit. I mean, for the most part, there's a lot of logic put in his promo. Like, it made a lot of sense that, there's so many attacks backstage, but the ones I do, like, that's the ones that are too far. Like, that's kind of ridiculous, and he's right. I mean, this happens all the time, these backstage assaults, and like, he's the one that gets blamed the most. Like, kind of stupid. But him saying like this is the worst point of his entire career, it's like, I feel like that's not completely accurate. Like, is it really that bad right now? Like, you had a title shot recently. You didn't win, but you were there. I feel like there was much worse spots before. Like, when I think he lost to Seth and he just, like, quit. He did that whole little angle for a little bit. I feel that was, like, it was more of a downhill slide on that one. Like, it felt like things weren't going well with him there. And then he had a bit of a run where nothing was really happening on Raw. He bounced. Oh boy, it's going to be rough for you here. Anyways, bounce back and forth, Raw and SmackDown, not much happening. And then, eventually he became tag team champions with Sammy. They had that great moment at WrestleMania, and like you said, the moment with Steve Austin. So to say like everything's kind of terrible right now, I feel Kevin's had a great run. Should he be like the WWE champion? Yes. Should he, win it multiple times? 100%, without question. But it just hasn't worked out that way yet, sadly. And I think hopefully it's going to happen now. I think this is now the sign that Kevin's going to get that big push. I don't know if you're still alive for this one or going to be alive. Like, is it really the game over now? Like, it's not over, is it?
Are you watching?
I'm not watching because I'm trying to stay focused on the wrestling. I told you this before we started the show. I'm going to stay focused on the wrestling.
I can't do it.
Is the game actually over though, or
no? They just tied it.
Okay, they tied it. Come on.
Well, they tied it on some bullshit.
Okay. Which inning is it, the 8th inning?
Yeah.
It's not even extras yet.
They tied it. I mean, it was 2 outs, runner on third, and it was like a grounder, and the pitcher mishandled it and kind of tossed it to the first baseman, and our first baseman couldn't handle the ball, and he dropped it, and the runner got to first, and then the runner at third scored, but he should have been out at first where the run wouldn't count. We would have been out of this inning still with a lead. But instead, we just automatically walk Ramirez. And there's runners on first and second, and the game is tied in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, but you do realize, like, until you lose at home, like, you're always in the lead. Even if the series gets tied, like, they have to win at home. Like, the Yankees actually don't have to win at all on the road. They just have to win at home all the time. So just think like that. Until you lose at home, you haven't lost.
I really want the Yankees to win this game. I want to go up 3-1. I don't want to go to a 2-2 series.
Well, didn't that dog that predicts stuff, like, didn't he say it would go 7?
I don't know what dog you're talking about. I hate that dog.
You know that dog I'm talking about.
I don't know the dog you're talking about. I don't
Anyways,
know.
there's some that predicts stuff. There's a prediction out there that goes 7, so.
Hey, John. They were teasing a debut of a tag team this week on SmackDown, and I was really hoping it'd be the Lucha Brothers, but it wasn't. It was the Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah, well, I figured it was the Motor City Machine Guns. Like, they kind of, like, they had something that aired, like, on the internet beforehand, so it's like, and the t-shirts were out and all that. Yeah. I thought they did a terrible job on television. Like, it's just like, oh, well, here they are.
Yeah.
Like, there was no promo pack or anything. It's like, wow, like, that's kind of a lame kind of debut for them. And the match was just kind of okay. Like, a 3-way tag like that, like, wasn't bad, but they didn't stand out to be like, oh, wow, I can't wait to see them again. Is there more issues?
No, I'm just stressed out, man. We're going to the 9th inning, and it's a tie game. Class A is coming in. Fuck.
You act like it's over. It's not over.
We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose this game.
But like I told you, even if it's tied, you're still.
I'm telling you, we're
leading.
losing this game. I know how they lose. This is how they lose. They just let it slip away. The bullpen's tired too. We got nobody left. Everybody's been overused. We can't go to anybody big. We're running out of pitching. The fact that we got Leiter on the mound right now is a bad sign. Leiter just got activated. He wasn't even on the roster yesterday. Hamilton got hurt. We took him off the roster. We put Leiter in today, just activated, and he's already on the mound. Like, it's not good.
Doesn't that mean
he's
Hamilton
a guy that wasn't on
now?
the roster, and now he's pitching? Like, I'm surprised we haven't gone to Strowman. I don't know what's going on.
Well, when's game 5 next, right?
Yeah, game 5 is going to be Rodon.
When's that though? Is it Monday or
Sunday? It's Sunday, I think.
Okay.
No, tomorrow. What? Tomorrow? In
Wow.
Cleveland?
They play 3 in a row?
Yeah,
Wow.
tomorrow in Cleveland is Game 5. Tomorrow. 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Holy shit. I got to do this again tomorrow? Fuck. And then Monday, Game 6, if necessary. Hopefully it won't be. In New York. Let's finish this in Cleveland. Let's not. Let's win tonight and then win tomorrow. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to lose tonight and lose tomorrow and have to win 2 straight in New York.
Yeah, but that's it, though. I mean, again, as long as you don't lose in New York, you're fine.
That's 7 games, John. I don't want to see a Game 7.
Well, if you want the Mets to make it, they got to go 7, right? So
I don't give a shit if the Mets go 7. The Mets can go 7. I want the Yankees to win in 5. 6 at the most. 7 I don't want to see. You think this is stressful? They're up 2-1 in the series, John. You think you want to see? You don't want to see me in a Game 7. I couldn't handle a Game 7.
When is
Game 7, if necessary, would be Tuesday night.
Wow. It's a fast series.
I think I'll just go to Jiu-Jitsu Tuesday night and skip the game. So if there's a Game 7, I can't do it. I have to do Jiu-Jitsu. I have to do something good for my body. This is not good for me. All right. So, Machine Guns won their match. They won a triple threat match on SmackDown tonight. Hey, Rizzo with a leadoff single. Let's go. Shit.
Did you like the Machine Guns? Did you like the Machine Guns?
I've seen them before. I liked them when I saw them in TNA in like 2011.
Right. They hit the classics.
Today,
big move.
I don't see the point. I mean, I think they're just adding some good, solid bodies to their tag team division, which I'm down with. I don't think that they're a needle mover, though. I don't think they change the game in any way on SmackDown.
Well, it's new blood. It's something different that we haven't seen on SmackDown yet. So, and now, who are they facing next week? DIY? I mean, that should be a pretty good match. I feel a 3-way tag's kind of messy a bit. I think them getting just a straight-up tag match, it should help them showcase themselves better.
Yeah. And they'll have good matches with DIY. They'll have good matches with Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. I think the winner of that match, DIY and Motor City Machine Guns, gets a tag title shot, right?
Probably a crown jewel, I would imagine.
Oh, there's another single from Volpe. Oh, did Rizzo get the third Rizzo? Oh, wait, that wasn't Rizzo? Did they pinch hit for Rizzo? Oh, they did pinch hit for Rizzo. They pinch ran for Rizzo. Which is good. Who they give it? Was that Grish?
See? Like,
we got runners at the corners with no out, Johnny.
Did I not say it's not over yet? Like,
Big Tony, Little Tony coming through. Anthony Rizzo, Anthony Volpe. Big Tony, Little Tony, back to back. Singles. It's a Tony party. Okay, you see the confidence coming back? This is what it's like being a Yankee fan. It is up and down. It is stressful as hell. And you blame nobody but the players and the manager. You don't say the other team was good. You don't boo the other team. You boo your own team. I thought it was real classless, when the Dodgers fans were throwing stuff at the Padres, booing the Padres and stuff. Guardians fans booing Aaron Judge. We don't do that. We don't boo the opposing team. We don't do that. It's classless. We boo the players on our team that suck. Safe stolen base from Little Tony. Little Tony stole second. Anthony Volpe. Uh-oh, they're checking it. Are they checking it? Are they going for a replay? No replay. He's safe. Uh-oh, he's taking a walk. Is he okay? He took time. He's taking a walk. Took a head first slide. It was kind of rough. Oh, my God. We've got runners on second and third with no outs. Thank you, Ryan Katz. I see you. Oh, John, if things explode here, I'm going to go bananas.
Well, I apologize for the people who wanted to hear wrestling talk. Taking a bit of a pause right now.
Well, it's playoff baseball. Okay, you know what really pissed me off tonight? Pretty Deadly was in a match, and they didn't win. Not only did they not win, okay, but they, like, both got pinned.
Well, one countered, one didn't, though.
Yeah, but they are, like, double jabronied up, you know?
Right.
They could have both lost. I mean, they were just... Montez pinned one, and Ciampa pinned the other, but only Elton Prince was legal, so he got pinned.
Yeah.
Kit Wilson was not legal. And yes, I know their names because they're the best tag team. They're the best. They're the funniest. They're the most entertaining. They got the most fun gimmick. They were in a match on SmackDown. My son and I were very pumped. And then, you know, they just get jobbed out. Give Pretty Deadly a chance. That's just all I want. I just want Pretty Deadly to win a match on SmackDown. They don't have to be tag team champions, although that would be nice. But, like, win a match. And Austin Wells, can you fucking catch up to a fastball? He just struck out. Catch up to the fastball. I mean, the pitchers just know. Just dial it up, and he can't touch it. Give him high heat, and he's swinging and missing every time. Every at-bat with Austin Wells, swinging and missing on the high heat.
It's only one out.
Yeah, but could we score a run? Oh, it's a squibber. That's going to score. It's an infield single. Yes. Yes. Who is that? Dukes? Verdugo.
There you go. See?
Who?
You got the lead.
The dog. Verdugo. 7-6 in the
7-6.
ninth. Come on, let's score more.
I think one run is all you really need, to be honest.
No. We don't have anybody to close. Weaver is not closing. Weaver's pitched too much. We're not throwing Weaver out again. We need more. I'm not confident in a one-run game with anybody that we have in the bullpen right now. I don't even know who we're throwing out in the ninth. It can't be Leiter again. Unless it is, which... Who's left?
So, what do you think of the Lash Legend against Piper Niven match? Did you care? Did you watch it all? No?
I did not care. I think it's very interesting that they're really trying to push this NXT tag team on the main roster to face Bianca and Jade. I wonder why.
I mean, they're big.
I think there's something about the look of this tag team and the look of the other tag team. If they wrestled, it'd be pretty good, right? I don't know, man. It just seems like, why are these people... Oh, single, another run scores. Yes, fucking Glaber. Yes! Fuck yes. Soto's coming.
And there's still only one. There's still only one out, too.
One out, two men on. Runners on first and second. Classe getting pulled. Get out of here, Classe. You just got declassed, motherfucker. Fuck you, Classe. You suck. You suck, pal. You shouldn't talk about who's cutting the mustard around here. You're not cutting no mustard, Classe. That's an X-Pac reference, John. Hulk Hogan. You suck, pal. That's one of the best lines in the history of pro wrestling. X-Pac comes out on Raw after WrestleMania 14 to join the new DX. And was that right after? Was that on the same show or the week after?
That was on the Raw right after WrestleMania.
Raw after Mania. And he cuts his promo, and he's like, "You suck, pal. Hulk Hogan, you suck, pal. You went on Nitro, and you said that I couldn't cut the mustard anymore. Well, you shouldn't be talking about who cuts nothing around here or something." He starts talking about cutting the mustard. And he says, "Hulk Hogan, you suck, pal." He's just like, "You suck, pal? What do you say, pal? Why is it your pal? You suck, pal." That's the best. That's one of my... I say that to a lot of people. "You suck, pal." It's a great line. Because you go, what?
Well, it's not as funny as the Mushnick and Russo thing. I don't know if you watched that, what I sent to you.
I don't know. You sent me a lot of stuff. I missed that one.
I think Mushnick, because they're debating, right? They're yelling at each other.
Anything and, Vince Russo, I'm not watching, bro.
But that's it. He says, "Bro," and he's like, "I'm not your bro." What Mushnick said back to him.
Really?
It was hilarious.
Yes. I'm not your bro. I'm not your guy, hilarious. Friend. I'm not your friend, buddy. I'm not your buddy, guy. It's that.
Not your guy, pal.
I'm not your guy, pal. Soto, shit.
You got 2 runs.
It wasn't a double play. He grounded. It was a fielder's choice. Verdugo out at second. Runners at the corners. Soto safe at first. They couldn't double up. Grounder to first. Verdugo out at second. Bad throw from the first baseman to shortstop, and couldn't double up, which is good. But it's 2 outs now. But we have 2 runs. We have a 2-run lead, 2 outs, 2 men on for Aaron Judge. Wait, what's happening? Yeah. Wait. Oh, no. Oh, they walked the Judge. They walked him.
Are you surprised?
No.
I'm not surprised.
I mean, you walk Judge to get to Jazz Chisholm, which, like, no shit you do. You know, if you went with last night's lineup, which I don't know why they didn't, which I tweeted about before the game when the lineup came out, last night we had Glaber, Soto, Judge, Stanton, which felt right. Tonight we go with Glaber, Soto, Judge, Chisholm, Stanton. Now, Stanton in this spot, you probably don't walk Judge. You probably have to pitch to Judge because you don't want to face playoff G. But with 2 outs and runners at the corners, yeah, you walk Judge to load him up. You got a force everywhere. But if playoff G, Giancarlo Stanton, is batting 4th, you're not going to walk Judge to face Stanton because he's more dangerous than Judge is these days. And there's Jazz Chisholm grounding out to first to fucking end the inning.
You're still up by 2.
Yeah, but that's not the point, John. The point is, what the fuck was this lineup tonight? It's 8-6. It should be fucking 12-6. I'm saying, what the fuck are we doing? It's game 4. It's the ALCS. Cards on the table. You can't fucking put Jazz Chisholm Jr., who's been having terrible at-bats, no pop, no danger, fucking cleanup out of nowhere. Do you see how pissed I am with a 2-run lead going into the bottom of the 9th to go up 3-1 in the ALCS? Do you see how pissed I am at Aaron Boone? This is life as a Yankee fan, John. This is how we operate. This is how it is. We're never satisfied. This is why we win so many fucking championships, because we're this fucking mad when we're up. We're up, and I'm pissed. It shouldn't be this scary. We should be crushing these guys. And it's close. We might not win.
Well, I mean, there's more game tomorrow, so
God, I love being a Yankee fan. I fucking love Yankee baseball so much. Like the rage, I even enjoy this.
I don't know if it's good for your health though, but okay.
I don't know. It's just like because it's true, and it's just fuck, man. I like watching the team and seeing the decisions and going, what the fuck are we doing? And talking to other Yankee fans going, yeah, what the fuck, Boone? I like it. It's fun. It's fun. And because when we win, you go, fuck, yes. Everything's forgiven. As long as you win, it's all forgiven.
Well, that's it in the end. So, I mean, right now they look good. So, don't worry.
I like how you're supporting me on this show when usually you're just like antagonizing me.
There's a time and a place
before
for
the show. You're like, oh, I hope Cleveland comes back. Da da da. Last night's game was so great. And now on the show, you're like, you realize how serious I am. I think you see me watching the game, like losing my mind, and you're like actually concerned. It's nice. Thanks, John.
Well, I'm trying to keep the show on the rails here. I mean, you can lose your mind after the show is over. It's fine.
Is there anything else we need to talk about? Lash Legend beat Piper Niven. Like, who cares, man? Do you like Lash Legend? What do you think?
Well,
I mean, I don't know. Her match was so short. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it's nice that they're giving new people a chance. I like seeing that. And, like, she looked tall, like, against Piper. Like, she looked impressive.
Yeah.
Again, not the greatest match in the world, but she stood out. And I wouldn't mind seeing what more she can do. So, I didn't mind that. You know what I really didn't like this week? Was Jey Uso. Like, on Raw, like, him against Braun, like, he runs up to Braun, like, hits him. Because I think it was it Braun?
And Kofi.
Was in a match. Yeah, it was Kofi, right? That's it. And then I guess he beat Kofi, right? And then Jay came out for the run-in and, like, goes up to Braun, hits him or something, or smacks him in the face, and then runs the opposite direction right to the ropes to go give him a spear. I'm like, that looks so bad. And it's not just bad for the sake that it didn't make much sense. It's just a bad representation of what wrestling should be. Like, it's supposed to be a fight there. And, like, when you just go up to someone, punch them or smack them, and then immediately run the opposite direction, it's bad because Jey Uso does it, and it makes it seem like it's acceptable when it should be unacceptable.
I guess, I mean, hitting the ropes to do the spear, I didn't think it was so bad.
I mean, there was so much of a distance, though. Like, he was right up onto him on the other side of the ring and then runs and turns his back. Like, I know you see it a lot in wrestling, but, like, at least try to give us some distance there. You went all the way there to go punch him and then run the opposite direction. It looks so terrible. Again, this is for a run-in. It's not even a match, right? Like, maybe in the heat of a match, it's a bit different. You got fatigue, whatever, but you're doing a run-in for this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you go up to fight someone and go punch them, you punch them and then immediately run away and then run back at them. Like, it just looked bad, I thought.
Yeah.
And I see there's
I
one
get
out.
it.
So
I know what you mean. We got an out. Tommy Canley's pitching in the ninth, John. Bottom of the ninth, one down. Tommy Canley just struck out a guy. So we're 2 outs away now. We don't have Luke Weaver pitching like he did last night in the ninth, giving Luke some rest because he's been pitching a lot, and I think it got to him last night finally. And Tommy Canley's been electric. He was great last night. Ate up some innings. I think he got 5 outs. Let's see if he can just get the final 3 for us tonight. Wrap up Game 4. Put us up 3-1 in a fucking nail-biter. A stressful-ass game tonight. Can we please end it? I just want to hear it. I just want to hear the sound.
I think you need just one run. That's just what I think.
I hope so. Let's have a 1-2-3 inning. Let's have a clean inning. Let's get out of this. 3-1 count now. Let's not walk this guy. Although it's Noel. This is the guy who hurt us big time last night. So got to be careful with Noel.
Christmas time.
Holy shit. Oof. He just turned on one just foul. Big, long foul ball that was like, it looked identical to the home run from last night. That was terrifying.
But it's a 3-2 now. Count.
Oh, this guy. Yeah, 3-2 count. 2 strikes. Come on, Tommy. Come on, Tommy.
See, this is something, too, where it catches up on the team that did last night. Like, it's hard to recreate the magic again. It took such a toll to do it before.
That's ball 4.
Hey, you're set up for the double play now. It's fine.
Yeah, we are. Oh, my God. This is horrifying. I just want it to be over. Just win. Just win. Terrible. It's terrible, John. Yeah, Raw this week was really uneventful. You know, really uneventful. It was a taped Raw. Like, it was just a whole bunch of nothing.
It felt like that, yeah.
Whole bunch of nothing. Rhea Ripley promo. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez attacking. I mean,
that was rough, though, for Rhea, though. Like, you notice that she bumped on the heel of Tiffany, like that fell off. She bumped, bam, the back of her head right in the heel. Like, she was selling that, like, afterwards, like, a long period of time.
Did you see Raquel attempt to choke slam Tiffany? And, like, it didn't work.
There was some awkwardness at some points, yeah, in the match, yeah.
I think this was in the promo.
There was some awkwardness in the promo, too. I remember in the match, though, there was just some spots where, like, that seemed kind of weird. I don't know if they meant to do that.
They main evented with what? Rhea and Tiffy versus Liv and Raquel. And then Nia came out and, like, attacked people.
And imagine this was taped, so they may have edited the match, so it may have been worse.
It was rough. Speaking of rough. Okay, there's 2 outs. Okay. They got a single. Wrong? They just got a single. Runners on first and second, but there was just a pop out to center. So there's 2 down now. Okay, runners on first and second. The winning run is at the plate, unfortunately. But also the final out is at the plate. So,
right.
You know. Oh, it's fucking Rokio. Like, I hate this guy, Rokio.
But it's like I told you, it's hard to, like, back-to-back, like, walk-offs. Like, it took a lot out of them to do it last night. Do it again. I feel like the chances are not in their favor here. When do you ever see that back-to-back walk-offs?
I don't know. But, you know, it's the playoffs, John. Shit happens. Strike 1. Strike 1 on Rokio. It's a foul ball. Okay.
One pitch at a time here. One pitch at a time.
Let's do it, Tommy Canely. Let's fucking go. Let's do this. Let's wrap up this series tomorrow. Let's finish tonight. Let's wrap it tomorrow. Put me out of my misery. Strike 2. Big swing and a miss. Oh, he touched it. Little foul tip. Okay. Bit of
whatever. Tip. I mean,
strike 2. Same
strike
result.
2. Yeah. Same result. That's it. 2-0. Oh, wow.
Come on.
That was a towel for a second. I was like, what the heck? You're just trying to your towel? But no, it's your Yankees jersey.
Let's get ready. Come on, guys. That's a grounder to second. Glaber bobbles it, but he gets it to first. He's out. Yankees win.
There you go.
Ball game over. Yankees win.
The Yankees win!
See, one run was enough. That's all you need was one run.
Yes!
It's not over yet, though. Who's pitching tomorrow? That's going to be big.
Who was playing there? Was that Birdie playing second? Oh, it was Birdie. He pinch ran, and he put Birdie into second. That's why he bobbled it. It wasn't Kleber. Birdie pinch ran, not Grish. That makes sense. Mustache.
Game's over. You don't have to worry about it. Survive for now.
Let me play it again.
Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win!
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Fuck yes.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
I love Yankees watch-alongs, John. Every show should be a Yankees playoff watch-along. Even if there's no like wrestling show, I think I should come on and watch the game. Maybe in the World Series. It's fun, man. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, fun doing that at 10 in the morning if they play the Dodgers. I mean, 10 at night.
Oh, fuck. Oh, they can't play the Dodgers. I don't want to stay up that late. They're not going to play. They're going to play at 8 o'clock. They can't play at 10 o'clock. That's crazy.
Well, I think you're right. If I'm not mistaken, the World Series always have to be played at 8 p.m., right? All the games? Or is that not correct? I know in hockey they do that. It always has to be at 8. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah. I have no idea. I don't know when the World Series games were going to start. I would hope 8 o'clock. Because 10 o'clock for a World Series seems way too late, no?
Well, if it's in LA, I get it. There you go. Angelo said you can breathe now.
Yeah, thank you, Angelo. I mean, this was... start spreading the news.
Well, the series isn't over yet. I wouldn't spread any news yet. But,
hey, every time the Yankees win, they play that song. At Yankee Stadium. New York, New York. It's up to you! It's all right in front of us. It's all right in front of us. Wow. Dave can now breathe easy. Ryan Katz says Dave can finish the show in peace. Wow. 3-1. We're up 3-1.
Well, again,
Great.
Don't forget what Jeter said. It's not over until it's over. He's lived those years.
Decent start from Louis Hill. You know? Got the hits when we needed them. Verdugo was huge. Playoff G coming through again. Big home run. It's a battle. That was nuts, man. That was nuts. I can't believe they did it. I can't believe they won. When they tied it 6-6 in the 8th, I was like, fuck. Play it again.
Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win!
All right. Anything else in wrestling we got to talk about? World Series starts at 8:08. Thank you, Ryan. I mean, there's nothing. Wrestling was kind of mid this week, to be honest, right?
Well, Adam Cole came back. I thought that promo was kind of decent with him and MJF.
I didn't love it.
I'm not saying I loved it, because again, like, now we have to accept Adam Cole as the babyface, and it's kind of weird. However, I accept the fact that, yeah, MJF's a jerk. Like, he always was a jerk, so I get why Adam Cole just, like, can't trust him.
Yeah. I like MJF more, though.
I mean, he's a better character overall. But Adam Cole's not bad. It's just, he's not MJF. That's it. MJF is better.
Well, that's it. I feel like MJF is more over.
Well, I think Adam Cole's pretty over, though.
Not in my world.
Well, again, you like more of the villainous types.
Speaking of villains, look at this. It's Shredder Roman Reigns. Ninja Turtles WWE like mashup figures. I don't know if you can see this, but it's Shredder Roman, John.
Well, they have that. It isn't like New Day, like the Turtles, right?
Yeah, well, Donatello Woods is Donatello. Seth Rollins is Leonardo. Rey Mysterio is Raphael. Cody Rhodes, there's a Cody Rhodes Casey Jones figure, which would be cool to have. But I did manage to get the Shredder Roman and the Michelangelo Kofi, which Michelangelo is my favorite Ninja Turtle, so pretty happy to get these today. Came in. Pretty fun. Ninja Turtles WWE figures, like what? My 7-year-old self is going bananas right now. Really cool, like box art, cool little figures, nice details on the Ninja Turtle stuff. It's cool.
We're gonna zoom in on you pretty much here.
Are we zooming in on the figures? Oh, can we get a zoom on that? I don't know. The lighting on it is a little off.
The lighting's a little off. Yeah,
it's like too dark.
It's a little bit better there.
Can we get a zoom? Michelangelo Kofi. Look how cool that is.
Is there a splinter or not? Or
I don't think they made a splinter. Look at that though. Look at that cool like art on the boxes.
That's good Turtles colors.
Yeah. Cool looking. It's cool. Look at that freaking Roman. Shredder Roman. It's cool as hell.
That's a good idea for a crossover Turtles.
Yeah,
There's no question about that.
It's a great idea. I want to collect all of them, but they're not all available in Canada. Not easy to find. These are actually kind of hard to find. I pre-ordered them, and I didn't know if they were actually going to come in, and then they did. From Walmart. So that was nice. Very nice. Nice surprise. Got a text message saying your order is ready. I was like, what order? Kind of forgot about them, sometimes you order stuff and you're like, months later, they're like, it's ready. And I'm like, what's ready? That happens sometimes, John. I order a lot of stuff. Oof. Can I tell you what else I ordered?
Of course.
My son's not going to watch this, and he's asleep, right? So you promise not to tell him? Everybody promises not to tell him? Because it's for Hanukkah. I think we all promise. I'm ordering Hanukkah presents already because it's like mid-October. We're 2 months away from Hanukkah, so I'm getting ready,
It's good to prep, yeah.
Yeah. I'm very well prepped. I ordered him just in case he wakes up, the Nintendo Alarmo.
I've heard of this.
It's like a Nintendo alarm clock where it plays like different video game music.
Right.
Variety of Mario songs or Zelda songs or stuff. And then like it's got like motion sensors, so as you wake up, like there's different sound effects from the game, and the alarm doesn't stop until you actually get out of bed.
I feel this would entice people not to get out of bed because they want to hear the sounds.
Well, apparently, I'm being told by his grandfather that he knows he's getting it. He's told his grandparents that he's getting this thing. He knows he's getting it. I don't know how he knows he's getting it. I never told him he's getting it. I think he just assumes when there's like a new Nintendo product that he will get it. Which, he's not wrong. Because his dad is a bit, I got the new Mario Party.
Right. He just assumes he gets the new Mario games, I'm guessing, at this point, right?
New Mario Party came out yesterday. Mario Party Jamboree. I got it. He played it. I haven't played it, but it looks cool. I'm going to play it. I like it, you know? He's a very lucky 7-year-old boy to have a dad who buys all the video games. I'd buy them if he weren't around. You know, I was buying them when he wasn't around. He's got the back catalog of games to prove it from when, you know, he wasn't born. You know what I mean? You've known me, John. The Wrestling Uncensored universe has known me. I buy all the Nintendo games. So, like, yeah, he's grown up in a house where he just has all the games.
Oh, very fortunate.
Yeah. I mean, you might say he's spoiled, but, like, what am I supposed to do? Not buy the games? I want them. That's for me. But, I mean, he also enjoys them, and he's hyped about getting them, right? The kid plays on a VR headset now. He's got a freaking VR headset. He's got all the Nintendo games, VR headset, many different consoles, PS4. I mean, he's got it made. It's pretty good. For a 7-year-old, he's lucky his dad is so into video games, right? He's lucky his dad is such a nerd. It's good.
Well, again, fortunate. That's it. I wouldn't say spoiled. Fortunate's a better word.
Yeah. No, he's a lucky boy. But he deserves it. He's a good boy, so, you know. He's doing very well. His he got like a mid-term report card.
Okay.
Like every category was like the top category. Everything.
Oh.
Destroyed.
I mean, knowing you and his mom, that's not too surprising.
Knowing his mom, you're saying.
You know, I think I said his mom first, right? And you, right? Or
I think you said
his
you
mom
and
first.
his mom. Or knowing his mom and you. Yeah, maybe you said her first. Yeah. Well, fair.
Right, that's it.
Yeah.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah. So he can, you know. Of course he gets the Alarmo. He's a good boy. And his sister gets, you know, other stuff too. Whatever she wants.
Doesn't disappear like you just did.
Sometimes I disappear. Sometimes she disappears.
Yeah.
You got to find her. She's wild. All right, John, enough of this nonsense. I'm going to go.
Well,
you know, play Nintendo maybe. And what's happening with you?
Before we go, I just had one big major announcement and wanted to get out before we ended the program. So
What? You didn't clear
Yeah, I
this
guess
with me before the show? What
Yeah.
are you doing? Major announcement. I'm not ready for this.
That's true. You're not ready for this. So it's a bit of a surprise for you and everyone watching. So that's kind of fun.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Probably should have told you this ahead of time, but yeah. So next week on Friday, I'm bringing back the Johnny at the Movies because I'm going to go see a movie this week. I'm going to go see Venom 3. So I'll have that review for everyone next week.
Wow. So Johnny's movie reviews return to the Ringside Report Network next week on Wrestling Uncensored. This is amazing. Johnny's going to see Venom 3.
I better start watching Venom 1 and 2 because I haven't done that yet. So I got some watching to do this weekend.
I want to go see that movie that CM Punk is in. Have you seen that?
Something about like a cult or something?
Yeah, he's with Stavros. You know Stavros? Stavi? You know that guy? Let's Start a Cult. It's a Stavros movie. I like this guy Stavros. And CM Punk is in this, so I will try and see this one. This is a movie I want to see. Let's Start a Cult. Stavros and the Punker.
When's it coming out?
I don't know. I'll find out. I saw a trailer for the new Trailer Park Boys movie, too. You see the trailer?
Yeah, I saw the trailer. You know, hopefully get a screener for that as well. That'd be fantastic. I'm definitely interested in watching that movie, without question. I enjoyed the last 3 Trailer Park Boy movies, so this one looks very interesting. It'll be different, you know, no Leahy this time around, so different kind of Trailer Park Boys. A lot of characters gone, I think, in this one, so it's a different take. But I still enjoy it.
Yeah, no Leahy. It's kind of, you know, not quite the same. Let's Start a Cult comes out October 25th. I'm going to go try to see that when it comes out next week.
October. Okay, well.
Next
week.
Friday.
Yeah. I imagine the screen is already passed then for that, or it's this week or something. I probably missed it then.
Kind of a smaller movie, too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not like Venom.
Might not have
right?
them in. Yeah, Venom 3 is kind of a big deal. So
Yeah. Well, enjoy, John, and I'll be back next Thursday to talk everything going on in the UFC and more as we continue our journey through combat sports and baseball and life. Right?
well, it's only baseball if the Yankees are there. If the Yankees aren't there, there'll be no more baseball talk.
There will be zero baseball talk if the Yankees are not involved. But if the Yankees are playing while we are on, it will be half Yankees. I'm sorry. It's playoffs. What do you want me to do? When it's Canadians playoffs, if you recall, Johnny North just wasn't on the show. He just disappeared. He's like, I can't be there. I got to watch the game. At least I do the show. At least I'm here. I could say, show's canceled, Yankee playoff game. I could do that, John. I am the boss of the Ringside Report Network. I am in charge, John. I could do that. I have the power. But I like coming here. I like it. I like talking to John.
It's a little bit different, too, like, because I actually went to, like, the Bell Center. It's a little bit different. Like, you didn't go to New York. You know, I imagine there'd be no show if you went to Yankee Stadium.
You went to the Bell Center? You had playoff tickets?
No, remember, because I think it was in COVID, right? So you couldn't really go inside. I mean, there was a select thing, but you could see it on the outside, right? They had the screens playing.
Oh, so you would like go outside and watch the game? I thought you were just
Bell
watching the game at home.
No, at the Bell Center, there was a big crowd and all that. And Olympic Stadium, I went to when they showed it at Olympic Stadium.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's unfortunate that, you know, I don't live in New York. Because if I did live in New York, I'd probably go somewhere to watch the game with a bunch of other Yankee fans. But unfortunately, I live in Montreal, where
unfortunate.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate that I live in Montreal, where we have a very, very small baseball community, as made abundantly clear in my lifetime when we were robbed of our major league franchise. So there's really no place to go to watch a ball game. I mean, I'm not going to go to a bar, you know? Like, there's no place where I would go to watch baseball with other Yankees fans to celebrate or to rage at the Yankees. When I want to watch a game with other Yankees fans, I watch a game with my brother. Like, there's no huge group of Yankees fans that I could go to. It would be fun, though. I would like that. But I don't think, you know, that doesn't exist here. Is there like a Montreal Yankees fans community that I can tap into? Tap me in.
I mean,
is there a bigger Yankee fan in Montreal than me? Probably. But I don't know. I'm pretty hardcore.
I mean, walk around most streets around here, you'll see a couple of Yankee caps.
Yeah,
most of them aren't even Yankee fans. Though,
that's it.
As you know, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you see me walking around. I've got like the Yankees cap, the Yankees hoodie, the Yankees t-shirt, the Yankees jersey with the jacket on top. And you go, I think he likes the Yankees. I'm pretty obvious. When you got the dugout jacket walking around the city, I think people go, yeah, I don't think it's just for the look. I would assume, anyways. I'm walking around with the jacket on. It's like my fall jacket. It's great. It's a perfect October jacket. Got that Yankees dugout jacket, wearing it around. Feels great. I feel like I'm Aaron Boone. Love it. Love it.
Can we talk about the Rays? They can't play now in Tampa.
What are they going to do?
All the people are speculating they can go to this place, they can go to this place. Some people are saying Montreal.
Won't happen.
I love that. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen, but that'd be fantastic if it ever did happen. I feel like there's an icon popping up.
Yeah, I think we're trying to pop up an icon, but we're having tech issues.
That's okay. As long as we have it next week, that's great.
Ryan Katz says he thinks Montreal baseball fans are Red Sox fans. I think a lot of them are Blue Jays fans now. Johnny likes the Red Sox.
Pedro, man. And Big Papi.
Big Papi, he sucks. How about Tim Raines? The guy won a World Series with the Yankees. Little respect for The Rock.
Yeah, I respect Clemens. His time in with the Red Sox.
All right. Well, John, finally.
Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
3-1.
I don't know about Saturday. We'll see.
There's going to be no game Saturday. Oh, wait, no. Tomorrow's Saturday. Yeah, we're going to win Saturday. Shut up. They're going to win Saturday. And then it'll be over. There'll be no game Monday, okay?
Shake harder, boy.
Shake harder, boy. Eat all of our shirts. All right. Thank you. We love you. Thank you for coming on this journey with us. I'll be back.
We made it.
We made it. We made it, and we fucking won. We fucking won.
Hank Hill still doesn't like the Yankees.
He was born in Yankee Stadium, so he's got to deal with it.
Doesn't like it.
He's got to deal with it, though. He was born in Yankee Stadium, and it's Cotton's fault, John. You know it, and I know it. Hank Hill, born in Yankee Stadium, and that is a fact. If you Google where was Hank Hill born, you know what's going to tell you? Yankee Stadium, not Texas. Not Texas. But then he took a trip to the Alamo, and he realized that men from all sorts of different states died for Texas and were buried in Texas soil and were Texans in the Alamo, so he's a Texan too, and it was all okay. Good episode.
I remember he was upset at Cotton quite a bit for that, yeah.
Well, yeah. Cotton took Hank's pregnant mother to New York to Yankee Stadium so he could kill Castro. Oh.
Didn't do it.
No, he couldn't do it because something happened, right?
Something got blocked or something. I forget what happened exactly, but yeah.
Yeah, Hank was about to be born. Yeah, like Hank, like her water broke and there was like a commotion, so Cotton's like he couldn't take the shot. So, yeah. And he blamed Hank for not being able to kill Castro. Probably why he hated him. Cotton never loved Hank. He loved Good Hank. The other son he had with Dee Dee, who he named Good Hank. GH. Baby GH. Uncle GH to Bobby, which was great. Uncle Baby GH.
Weren't they supposed to bring back King of the Hill? Wasn't that supposed to be happening?
I thought so.
Point? It really panned out, I guess.
I guess it didn't work. I'd love more King of the Hill. Goddamn love that show. Oh, well. All right, John. That's it. Thank you. We love you. We'll talk to you again soon. Here on the Ringside Report Network.
Thanks for sticking with us to the end. We would really appreciate it if you could help us spread the word.
You know the drill. Hit that subscribe button. Flip those notification switches.
We are an audience-supported network, so consider becoming a recurring supporter at membership.ringsidereport.net. Check out our website at ringsidereport.net. Hope to see you again next time.